Janet Jackson's album All For You, released in 2001, marked a significant transition from her previous album, The Velvet Rope, which released 4 years prior. Whilst The Velvet Rope was deeply introspective and dealt with themes of depression, self-worth, and social issues, All For You presented a lighter, more upbeat, and dance-oriented approach. The album helped to shift Janet into the new millennium with a return to upbeat pop, whilst having a fresh, at the time, innovative sound. The album's playful and flirtatious themes allowed Jackson to reinvent her image, presenting a more carefree and confident persona that resonated with fans and critics alike. However, the initial concept for All For You underwent some changes before reaching its final version. Had the album released with the initial concepts planned, it likely would have been a very different era for the singer. This is the story of Janet Jackson's 7th studio album, All For You. If you enjoy hearing stories about eras gone by, hit the subscribe button to be notified when I next upload. Now, back to the video.
Guess I'm gonna have to ride it tonight.
Having been in the industry since 1982, Janet had already proven that she not only had the ability to navigate her way successfully through the music industry, but had established herself as a formidable force, achieving significant accomplishments across her career. Control, released in 1986, marked her commercial breakthrough, reaching multi-platinum status and establishing her as a pop and R&B star. Hit singles included What Have You Done For Me Lately, Nasty and Control, earning the singer several awards and nominations. Rhythm Nation, released in 1989, was known for its socially conscious themes and innovative music videos. The album produced 7 top 5 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, a record at the time of its release, and has gone on to become one of the best-selling albums of all time by a female artist, with worldwide sales exceeding 12 million copies. Janet, released in 1993, showcased a more sensual and mature image for the singer and included hit singles That's the Way Love Goes and Again. The Velvet Rope explored deeper themes including personal and societal issues, such as mental health and self-worth. The album was praised for its emotional depth and production, and spawned successful singles Together Again and I Get Lonely. Jackson achieved 16 top 10 singles across the 4 albums between 1986 and 1997, with 7 reaching number 1 on the Hot 100. The albums were also nominated for numerous awards across the Grammys, MTV Music Awards, and Billboard. Jackson's achievements across these albums highlight her critical acclaim and popularity, cementing her status as one of the most influential artists in the music industry during the 80s and 90s. In 2000, Janet's separation from Rene Elizondo Jr. revealed their secret 9-year marriage when he filed for divorce, leading to intense media scrutiny. Amidst this turmoil, Jackson began recording her 7th album. According to MTV News, Jackson was nearly finished with an upbeat, fun and carefree record, a stark contrast to the darker tone of her previous release. Despite the ongoing turmoil in her personal life, Jackson continued with the record, using the album as a symbol of celebration and reclaiming her own happiness.
Very personal story of her failed marriage, a story that could have legal consequences.
It is a very personal album, writing about what's going on in my life.
The superstar is in the throes of a nasty divorce with estranged husband Rene Elizondo Jr., although they signed a prenuptial agreement in 1990, keeping their property separate. Elizondo claims they had an oral agreement to split most of their assets.
All For You marked the first time since her breakthrough album Control that Jackson enlisted producers beyond Jam and Lewis. Having recorded exclusively with the duo for years, Jackson felt the desire to recruit new talent. After hearing The Rockwilder by Method Man and Redman, Jackson recruited producer Rockwilder to work on a number of tracks for the project, of which 6 tracks would go on to make the final album. These tracks were in addition to a remix of the single Doesn't Really Matter, which was released as part of the Nutty Professor 2 soundtrack. In addition to The Rockwilder, Jackson worked with the Neptunes, who were at the time still emerging onto the commercial landscape as one of the mainstream producers of the decade. Janet recorded a song called Boys, however, would pass on the demo. The song would later go to Britney, which was included on her third self-titled studio album. I'm a Slave for You was also offered to the singer. However, it has been rumoured that Jackson chose to turn down recording the track due to the title containing the word slave. With the original vision for the album having influences from hip-hop and house music, Jackson was keen to work with English producers Basement Jaxx. The collaboration would fail to produce any material for Janet's album. Jimmy Jam also mentioned in an interview in 2000 that one of the tracks intended to feature Jay-Z. It is unknown what song had the feature included, or whether the song was included on the album with Jay-Z's verse removed, or if the track was completely scrapped from the project. Janet had planned to record a duet, which would have appeared on Jackson's All For You, as well as for Aaliyah's self-titled album, which released a few months later. But scheduling conflicts prevented this collaboration. Additionally, a project with Missy Elliott titled Nasty Girl 2000, an updated cover of Jackson's hit Nasty, featuring Jackson and additional vocals from Aaliyah, was planned but ultimately not recorded. The project was recorded between 2000 and 2001, taking inspiration from a number of genres and artists including Basement Jaxx, Outkast and Papa Roach, resulting in an album that fuses pop, funk, R&B and rock. The album's theme centered primarily around liberation and sex, both themes which featured on previous albums by the singer. Liberation was a central theme on projects such as Control and Rhythm Nation, and sexual desires and erotic themes which featured on The Velvet Rope and Janet. The first single, All For You, which released in March 2001, was an immediate hit. A significant feature of the song's production is the heavy use of a sample from 1980 hit The Glow of Love by Change. Nostalgic yet fresh foundation for the track, enhancing its danceable quality, drawing in new fans for the singer, as well as sounding familiar for fans of R&B. The track was produced by longtime collaborators Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and is a masterful blend of dance pop and R&B track, with neo-disco and funk influences. The trio worked closely to ensure the song captured the fun and carefree vibe Jackson aimed for with the new album. The production includes a strong, danceable beat that combines traditional drum patterns with electronic elements. Jackson's vocals are playful and flirtatious, matching the song's theme of light-hearted romance. The song includes layered harmonies and backing vocals that enhance the main melody, adding depth and texture to the overall sound. The song's neo-disco elements, characterized by its rhythmic groove and upbeat tempo, are a nod to classic disco while incorporating contemporary production techniques. The production of the song successfully combines these elements to create a vibrant, feel-good track that captures the essence of Jackson's intended theme of fun and flirtation. The meticulous work of Janet, Jam and Lewis ensured the song's widespread appeal and enduring popularity. The track received widespread critical acclaim upon its release. Critics praised various aspects of the song, from its production to Janet's performance and vocal delivery. Critics lauded the song's production, often referencing the aforementioned use of the sample as a brilliant choice that added a nostalgic yet fresh feel to the track. Critics also noted the song's lighter and more upbeat tone as a refreshing change from the darker themes of her previous album, The Velvet Rope. This shift was seen as a successful reinvention that kept Jackson's music fresh and engaging. Commercially, the song's success was highlighted by its chart performance across the globe, where it topped the charts for several weeks in multiple countries, including the US, the UK and Canada. This feat was seen as a testament to its broader appeal and positive reception. The song also won the Grammy Award for Best Dance Record in 2002, further cementing its critical acclaim. The music video for the song is visually captivating, adding to the track's already dynamic production and complements the song's upbeat, fun and flirtatious nature. Directed by Dave Meyers, the video incorporates a blend of futuristic, urban and playful elements, creating an engaging visual narrative. The video is set in a vibrant, futuristic cityscape with sleek skyscrapers and neon lighting. This setting gives the video a modern and cutting-edge feel, reflecting the song's fresh and energetic vibe. The use of bright, bold colours such as blues, pinks and purple hues dominate the video, creating a lively and visually stimulating atmosphere. The video features intricate and synchronized dance routines, showcasing Janet's exceptional dance skills. The choreography created by Jackson and her longtime collaborator Tina Landon is energetic and highly engaging. The video employs a variety of visual effects, including motion trails and animated transitions, adding a futuristic and dynamic touch to the scenes. These effects enhance the overall visual appeal and align with the advanced urban setting. The urban setting and street dance elements highlight contemporary city life and urban culture. This influence is evident in the fashion choices, choreography, and locations used in the video. The video version of the song features a dance break that briefly samples several different songs, including her sister Reeby's Centipede, Shannon's Let the Music Play, as well as Jackson's own singles The Pleasure Principle and Go Deep. Someone to Call My Lover was released in June 2001 as the second single from the project. Written and produced by Jackson along with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, the song features a guitar riff from America's Ventura Highway and incorporates the melody from Eric Satie's Gymnopédie No. 1. Discussing the use of the sample, Janet described that she used to watch MGM musicals as a child and remembered a clip which featured a song that always stayed with her. While shopping at Ralph Lauren, Janet heard the song in the store and asked whether the song was on a CD or the radio. The store gave Janet the CD, which she took straight to producer Jimmy. Jimmy could see the passion in Janet and her love for the song, and whilst the original song was not directly sampled, the production duo put their own spin on the track and incorporated it into Someone to Call My Lover. The track is a richly textured song that blends various sonic elements to create a distinctive and engaging sound. The song prominently features a guitar riff sampled from America's Ventura Highway. The sample, along with the beat, helps to anchor the sound right between country and R&B. The riff provides a laid-back, summery feel that is central to the song's relaxed and breezy vibe. The melody from Eric Satie's Gymnopédie No. 1 is subtly incorporated, adding a touch of classical elegance and a sense of calm to the track. Soft synth pads and melodies complement the guitar and piano, enhancing the song's dreamy and atmospheric quality. The song features a mid-tempo, steady drum beat which is both rhythmic and smooth, aligning well with the overall mellow feel of the song. Jackson's vocals are soft, smooth, and emotive, perfectly capturing the longing and introspective nature of the lyrics. Her vocal delivery is intimate, drawing listeners into the song's narrative. Layered backing vocals and harmonies enrich the chorus, adding depth and a sense of warmth to the overall sound. These harmonies create a lush, full vocal arrangement that complements Janet's lead vocals. Overall, the track masterfully combines these sonic elements to create a song that again strikes a balance for being both nostalgic and fresh, showcasing Janet's ability to blend different musical influences into a cohesive and appealing track. The visual for the song, directed by Francis Lawrence, is a vibrant and visually captivating piece that complements the song's laid-back, summery feel. The video follows a road trip theme, with Jackson driving a classic convertible through scenic rural landscapes. This theme aligns with the song's carefree and relaxed vibe, evoking a sense of freedom and exploration. The video features warm, bright colours that enhance its summery atmosphere. The use of natural light and vibrant hues creates a visually appealing and inviting setting. The road trip and diner scenes evoke a sense of nostalgia and freedom, reminiscent of classic American road trips. This theme ties into the song's lyrics about longing and the journey to find love, but also the sample and country influences. The video was well received by both audiences and critics, who praised its cheerful and relaxed vibe. The feel-good nature of the song was compared to other uplifting hits like Together Again, Escapade and Runaway. The choreography is casual and fun, highlighting Janet's dance skills without being overly complex. Many critics also complimented the visual's whimsical and free-spirited elements. For the single, a So-So Def remix was produced and became Jackson's first collaboration with Jermaine Dupri. A video also accompanied the remix, which had additional shots including JD. The track achieved significant commercial success following its release. The song peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it one of Janet Jackson's many top 10 hits, as well as charting in the top 10 in the UK and Canada. The song received extensive radio airplay, which contributed to its high chart positions and enduring popularity. Its catchy melody and relatable lyrics made it a favourite among listeners and helped maintain its presence on the charts for an extended period. While Janet Jackson's Someone to Call My Lover may not have directly started a widespread trend of blending R&B and country, it certainly contributed to the growing acceptance of genre fusion in mainstream music. The success and creativity of such cross-genre tracks have paved the way for artists to explore and innovate beyond traditional genre boundaries, leading to the rich, diverse musical landscape we see today. This was evident in tracks that were released after Someone to Call My Lover. This included Over and Over by Nelly and Tim McGraw, which released 3 years later, and Beyoncé's Daddy's Lessons. Both tracks also successfully blended country with other genres. Released in November 2001, the final single Son of a Gun was another song that successfully blended elements of pop, R&B, and hip-hop along with influences of funk and rock to create a memorable and distinctive single from the album. During the concept for the track, Janet had reached out to American singer-songwriter Carly Simon to request permission to sample her song You're So Vain, which released in 1972. Simon expressed a desire to re-record her vocals instead of using the originals. Simon recorded the revised vocals, opting to add new lines, initially believing that Jackson and the producers wouldn't use it. However, they decided to merge both tracks, as they felt it worked perfectly, turning the song into a duet. The song generated media speculation of who exactly the man described in the song was. Many journalists believed the song was about Jackson's estranged husband, Rene Elizondo Jr. However, Jackson refuted these claims. Ironically, the original sample, You're So Vain, when released in 1972, also stirred up the same questions when Carly Simon released it, with many believing the track to be about one of her exes, including Mick Jagger. The lyrics of Son of a Gun revolve around themes of betrayal, revenge, and empowerment. Janet addresses a deceitful lover with sharp, confrontational lines, reflecting anger and defiance. This tone was a shift from the inspirational and hopeful tones set in the previous 2 singles. Simon's chorus from You're So Vain is interpolated in the song, reinforcing the message of calling out someone who is self-centered and manipulative. For the single version of the song, Jackson wanted to add a fresh and dynamic element to the track and decided that Missy Elliott, known for her distinctive style and innovative approach to music, would be a perfect fit for a remix of the track. Jackson reached out to Missy, inviting her to collaborate on the song. Elliott, a fan of Janet, was excited about the opportunity to work with her again after featuring on the remix of Go Deep from the previous album. Missy recorded her verses for the remix in her unique rap style. Her contributions included writing and performing new lyrics that complemented the song's themes of betrayal and empowerment. The remix also featured additional production elements typical of Missy Elliott's work, including creative beats and sound effects, which enhanced the overall vibe of the song. The combination of Jackson's and Elliott's styles, along with Simon's contributions, resulted in a vibrant and engaging version of the song that stood out for its bold and inventive approach. The remix featuring Missy Elliott received positive reviews from critics who praised the synergy between the artists. Elliott's rap verses were highlighted for adding a fresh, edgy dimension to the song. Due to the remix version of the song gaining traction, it was decided that this would become the video version of the song as well. The video was shot at the Millennium Biltmore Hotel in downtown LA, with both Janet and Missy appearing in the video, while Simon's vocals can be heard. The visual features Jackson stalking a man in an abandoned hotel, and like the song, the video has a much darker tone than the previous 2 singles, which were known for being bright and colourful. P. Diddy would later remix the track, adding an additional verse to the song shortly after its release. The P. Diddy remix of Son of a Gun added a new dimension to Jackson's track, blending her and Carly Simon and Missy Elliott's contributions with P. Diddy's hip-hop influence. The remix was well received for its fresh take and energetic addition, further enhancing the song's appeal and showcasing the versatility and collaborative spirit of the artists involved. Diddy would also appear in additional scenes shot for the music video. The song received mixed to positive reviews from critics. Many praised the clever use of the "You're So Vain" sample and the collaboration with Carly Simon and Missy Elliott. However, some critics felt the song was not as strong as other singles from the album. The remix featuring Missy Elliott was particularly noted for its added energy and dynamic interplay between the artists. In the US, the song peaked at number 28 on the Billboard Hot 100. The track reached number 13 on the UK singles chart, indicating a stronger performance compared to its US charting. Overall, the track was a moderate commercial success, achieving respectable chart positions in the US and internationally. Its blend of pop, R&B and hip-hop, along with high-profile collaborations with Carly Simon, Missy Elliott and later Diddy, helped the song gain traction and receive significant airplay and attention in various markets. While not one of Jackson's biggest hits, it demonstrated her continued relevance and ability to innovate within the music industry. While the 3 singles covered were released internationally, a number of other tracks were planned or rumoured for release. These included the track "Come and Get Up," which is described as a tribal house meets pop track. The Rockwilder-produced track was eventually released as a promotional single in the US and Japan only. During promotion for the album, Jackson appeared on TRL in 2001 to express a desire to release the rock-inspired track "Trust a Try." Another Rockwilder-produced track that shared some sonic similarities with Jackson's 80s hit "Black Cat" and stands out on the album for its bold and eclectic mix of genres, powerful instrumentation, and strong vocal performance.
Trust a try. Well, it's about being in a relationship where there is no trust. And because of past relationships, you're bringing all that baggage into such a beautiful and new relationship, so you won't allow to give this relationship a chance because you're still dealing with that old crap, bringing it here. And knowing that it's not going to happen here, and freeing yourself up to love, which can be a scary thing.
I know you're busy and you're gonna have to go. I hope that "Trust a Try" it's a single on the record. I hope I hope that comes out sooner than later. I think it's an excellent song.
Thank you. It'll definitely be it's one of my favorites. A single. It's pretty eclectic.
When you guys hear the song, it's just like the raddest thing you've ever heard. It's incredible. April 20th.
Had the track released as intended, it would likely have showcased another side to the singer, adding a further dynamic element to the single releases for the album. There were also rumours that "You Ain't Right" was considered for a single release and was said to contain a feature from Mariah Carey. However, this was only a rumour and has never been confirmed by Janet or her team. The album encountered censorship issues in some territories due to its explicit content and themes, and despite the explicit language and sexual content, initial album pressings did not contain a parental advisory warning. Songs like "Would You Mind," which contains explicit sexual content, were particularly subject to censorship, with altered lyrics appearing on some versions of the album. In some cases, entire tracks were also removed from the album's lineup in more conservative markets. In the US, a clean version of the album was released, which omitted or censored explicit lyrics and content. This version was made available in addition to the explicit version to cater to a broader audience, including younger listeners and retail stores with policies against explicit material. Certain retailers and radio stations in the UK opted to play edited versions of songs from the album to comply with broadcasting standards and guidelines regarding explicit content. Japanese editions of the album typically included the original explicit content without major alterations. However, explicit lyrics were often provided with translations in the liner notes, sometimes with contextual explanations to mitigate potential cultural misunderstandings. In more conservative regions, such as parts of the Middle East and some Asian countries, specific tracks from the album were either banned or significantly altered. Songs with sexual content, profanity, or themes deemed inappropriate for these markets were the primary targets for censorship. Clean versions of the album were often the only additions available in these regions, with explicit tracks either removed or replaced with alternate versions. Despite the challenges with censorship, the album was a commercial success worldwide. All For You debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 605,000 copies in its first week. This marked Jackson's 5th consecutive album to top the chart and would go on to be certified double platinum. The album also debuted at #2 in the UK and Australia, as well as reaching the top 10 in other territories, including parts of Europe, Japan, and New Zealand. Worldwide, All For You sold over 7 million copies, making it one of Janet Jackson's best-selling albums. The album marked a major commercial comeback for Janet following the darker and more introspective themes of The Velvet Rope. The upbeat and accessible nature of All For You helped re-establish her as a dominant force in pop music. As a result of the album, Jackson won the Grammy Award, along with other accolades and nominations, which further cemented her legacy as a leading pop and dance music artist. The success of the album led to the highly successful All For You tour, which received critical acclaim and showcased Jackson's dynamic performance skills, contributing to her reputation as an exceptional live performer. The album is noted for its innovative blending of pop, R&B, dance, and hip-hop elements. This genre fusion became increasingly common in the early 2000s and influenced many contemporary artists seeking to create a versatile sound. Jackson's innovative sound and style have influenced a wide array of artists across various genres, with many styles that can be traced back to this album. Artists like Ciara, who has been influenced by Jackson particularly in her emphasis on dance and choreography. Britney Spears, who has often mentioned Janet as an inspiration, particularly in terms of stage presence and the integration of pop with dance music, and Aaliyah's sophisticated approach to R&B and her seamless incorporation of hip-hop elements, which can also be found in Jackson's discography. Janet's music has always found a way to resonate with audiences across multiple genres, and All For You was no exception. Whilst it was her most traditional pop album at the time of its release, it managed to capture the essence of what people most liked about the singer. Someone who was able to express herself through the music and showcase different facets of her personality. The album remains a bold statement of the singer's ability to entertain fans of all ages, further cementing Miss Jackson as an icon.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. I'm so. I love you too. I'm truly honored to be recognized for doing that which I love. My very first performance ever was actually here at the age of 7 in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. I never dreamed that all these years later I would be back here to receive such an honor. I'm grateful to Billboard, to all the fans, and especially God for making this possible. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.